The Canadian Card Collector here, and welcome back to day 405 of your daily deck review. And the deck that we're taking a look at today is a slightly new style that we have not yet looked at on the channel. And the deck that we're taking a look at today is the Madison Gambler Gaff playing cards for rounders and dealers. So, with no further ado, let's take a look and see what we get. So here we have the Madison Gamblers here in a standard glossy finish tuck box. It's mostly a white tuck box, so pretty minimalistic here. And then it says Madison Gamblers, Gaff playing cards for rounders and dealers. On the sides is that white gloss, same as the other side. On the bottom, you got the Ellusionist logo there. These are from Ellusionist Playing Card Company. They were made in the USA. And then the back is that white finish as well, so a pretty minimalistic tuck box, not too much going on. And for that seal, you got a rounded square seal. There you got a rounded black square seal with the Gambler's little spade there. And it says Madison Gamblers on the top with the Madison logo behind it there. On the tuck flap, it's just that glossy finish, same as the inner tuck flaps. Well, except for that tuck flap, it says MC there. And then if we take the cards out of the box, on the inside of the tuck box, just kind of more of like a matte white finish there, so nothing too crazy or fancy going on in there. Now that we took a look at this pretty minimalistic tuck box, time to take a look at the cards. And I would say, let's take a look at the backside, but these are slightly different because they're gaff cards. And if you don't know what a gaff card is, usually if you've seen any of my deck reviews, I always mention like the extra cards. You get like the two jokers, and then you get like the extra cards, like the blank face, and like the double back where it has the backs on both face sides. That would be a gaff card, and this is what this deck is. So I guess there's not really a back ton, but you got like the rounders and the dealers back designs there. So you got the rounders there in the black, and then you got like the dealers here in like the green there, and these are all gaff cards here. So like all the cards, they're fully double-sided. So you got all these ones here. Here, if I fan them out, you can see all the different designs here. And on the other side, they're fully customized here. So you got like, this one would be like a Joker here. And then you got like another Joker here. And then you got, I guess, a bunch of Jokers. Just some have like the dealer's back design here. And some of them have like the rounder's back design. And then you got just some like aces and stuff. Just a bunch of different kind of style cards here. So I guess you got like kind of almost two of each. And you got some that are just like the normal cards on like the queens and like the twos. And then the other side would have some extra stuff on it. So like these two just have like an kind of like some other little extra stuff. Like it has like a queen of like diamonds, but with like a four of spades over top, and the same like that. And you have these two, which are like normal cards, but then on the other side, you kind of got like a domino, like a dice kind of thing going on there. And that goes throughout the rest of the cards here. So like they're all different like styles here on each side there. So I'll quickly show you these sides here. Some of them are mostly just the back side, but some of them also have just like the normal cards here. You got like a half and half, like a two of hearts and like a three of diamonds. And lots of just normal backs. So like a half and half there. You know, half and half tricks there. That goes through a lot of them there. And some of them, most of them just look like normal cards. And you got some that are like red there, and then like some like extra stuff going on there. One does is a fully red card. But then if I take the cards and we flip them over, and you can definitely see the rest of the cards here. I can see like how you got like the poker hands there on some of the cards, and the other different style gaffs here. And it looks like one full back design. Then you have like half of jack of spades and half of two of hearts. Yeah, and then you just got some like little jokers or extra cards for Madison Casino kind of things there. Most of these cards look pretty similar. It's a bunch of like duplicates kind of there. Some back designs, lots of back designs, and then some pretty normal looking. And then you got some that look like a multiple cards in one there. So it looks like you have like a two of spades. there, and then you can have like a bunch of cards. And you got some extra cards here where it has a little ace there, and then it puts the queen of clubs. Well, these decks are kind of unique. There's not a lot of people who use them. Like some people like magicians and stuff, but like it's just kind of cool to have like a little piece in your collection to have, just something unique. Because you don't really see too many of these gaff like decks out there. There was a bunch of like companies that make gaff decks and stuff, and even Bicycle has a few gaff decks, which I don't have in my collection, but someday I'll get those and show them off. But this is pretty much like the only full gaff deck. So I have a few gaff cards here and there, but like I don't have like a full deck like this, except for these Madison Gamblers. But now I guess that we took a look at the cards. Since these are a full deck of cards, we might as well test the handling. And they were made in the USA, so they should have that air pressure finish. So first we'll start with the springs. And with gaff cards, you wouldn't really be shuffling them like normally like this, because you wouldn't actually normally have this many at once. But I can definitely say they're a little bit on the stiffer side. They're not like super stiff, but they definitely have a little bit of stiffness to it. And they're a little bit slippery, as we could just see. Okay, now we looked at the the springs. Now for the fans. There's no distinct kind of like pattern to the cards because they're all different. So they're just gonna be like there. But as you can see, they spread pretty evenly. You can see most of the cards and the designs on them. So there's no real stickiness or clumpiness to the cards. Now for the Pharaoh. Super smooth Pharaoh there, and you can definitely see where some of the cards are like fully printed there, like borderless designs. Because you can see like the design through the on the edges there. Now for a giant fan of one side of the deck. And now for that reverse Pharaoh. It's kind of confusing on which side's which. Well, now we'll try with that reverse Pharaoh. And they still like Pharaoh pretty decently. Lightly like stick together, but not too bad. And for a giant fan of that other side. And now time for the Riffle Shuffle or Bridge Shuffle. The cards feel a little bit clumpy, just like, I don't know if they're just my cards, but they are gaff cards. So there's definitely lots of ink within these cards. And they're not really meant to be shuffled as much. But they're not like the worst riffles ever. You just have to break them in. Well, like I said, they're not really meant to be shuffled. Like one card you have like this in the entire deck. Then it will be mixed in. Or like all these you wouldn't be shuffling at once. Oh, not too bad. There was a better one there. You just gotta break them in. I guess they're a little bit stiff. And now for a few little packy cuts. Oh, there goes one card there. Well, like I say, they pack it up pretty nicely there. Pretty average pack cuts, nothing like too crazy, but they're still pretty nice there. Now we can't forget about that one missing card that tried to escape the deck. But now, that one-handed cut, or Australia cut. And now time for the dribble. Now I'm gonna say they're pretty smooth either way, but I can't really say which side has more grip to it because there's no like actual side to it because the cards could get like flipped over and stuff and be like different directions because there's no actual back design for the cards. But they're pretty smooth either way. Now for that spread fan. And lastly, spread the cards on the table. Well, I gotta say, this is one of the more unique decks that I've reviewed on the channel because you don't really see too many Gaff decks out there. So, like, this is pretty unique. Though it was all the different designs which I showed you there. Like, you got some with the rounder's back design on it. Then you got some with the dealer's back design on it there. And then you just got some like half and half and some weird kind of funky looking cards there. And then some that most half the cards just look pretty normal there. Like, you got like a bunch of normal looking cards here. So you'd think that it's a normal deck, but then you flip them over and they're all different looking like that, like a half and half design. So pretty unique for design, which I like. I don't really have any. I don't really have any dealers or rounders in my collection, so I can't really use these cards for Gaff. But that's not what I'm using it for. I'm just using it to have it in my collection, have a little collector's piece. And then for the handling, which you just saw, they handle actually pretty nice for what they are. There is definitely a lot of ink in it, so it could make it a little bit on the stiffer side because they're a little bit stiff. But like you're not supposed to really shuffle these, so they're gonna always be still stiff there. But if you do shuffle them, then you gotta break them in a little bit. But not too bad. They still work pretty like a normal deck of cards because they're like the standard size there. But I guess with that being said, I hope you enjoyed. This has been day 405 of your daily deck review. This has been the Madison Gamblers playing cards for routers and dealers. And I'm the Canadian Card Collector signing out. That's the video. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Goodbye.